Good morning. Happy Saturday. The sun is shining and it's beautiful, and I decided to do my talk outside. And just as I look around, the sun is peeping through the trees, and the sunlight's glistening on the grass. And, it's just this week has been one of awareness and beauty, and I'm just seeing things so clearly about our Father who loves us so much and has blessed us with so much. And the talk that I want to talk about today is my shirt. My shirt says, "Become the change." Okay, so become the change. I want to talk a little bit about the Create Education Training Center. For those of you who don't know me, I own an art studio in St. Albans, West Virginia. It's a little historical town, and it's a really great little place. And in it, I have an art studio, which is Create Studios upstairs, and then I also have which I just opened, is the Create Education Training Center. And the one thing that I've been given, okay, so I'm a faithful follower of Jesus, and I have been cuffed to so many things in my life. I have not lived a life of victory. I have lived probably 52 years in defeat. At times, I felt that I was living in victory. At times, I was almost found, but then got sucked right back into some other things. And so it was this continuous cycle. And I just want you to know that our God is huge. He rescues, He saves, He delivers, He elevates. And the word that He's given me is that is to activate. Okay, you have thoughts and feelings that are put on the inside of you. And with the Education Training Center, the one thing that He showed me was that people are unaware. You were unaware, Karen. Because you were unaware, you made choices. And with those choices, of course, because they were not in me and not Him, had grave consequences. Sin is death. I meant, like, if you are, you just know, if you've made some major bad choices in your life, you know that they come with some heavy price penalties. And He disciplines His children. So, fear not. If you're getting disciplined or chased or whatever, just know that you belong to Him, and that's a good thing. But He's trying to teach you something. And through all of my trials and tribulations, I was growing and learning, and He was there right with me in the pit. And then, but while I was in that pit, I was so chained and cuffed to society. I was so my weaknesses, my insecurities. I didn't know truth. Okay, I just didn't know truth. And even though I was a Christian and a follower and had been since I was 12, I just didn't know the truth. And that truth comes from God, knowing His truth. He is truth. And when you know it, you can be set free. So the one word, or I've gotten lots of words, but was to set my captives free. And I thought, how am I going to do that? And so this is kind of my story. How am I going to do that, Lord? How am I going to do that? And through educating and awareness, through knowledge. When you know knowledge, it's powerful. It helps you to make choices. When you know the truth, you have a choice to deal with it. If you are kept in the dark about anything, if you are not being exposed to the truth about your job, about your relationship, about anything, if you are being in the dark, then you can't make a choice really, if because you don't know. You're kind of just stuck. um, I'm not saying this the way it was given to me. What I'm saying is, when we know truth, we are faced with two options: the truth or a lie. What are you going to believe? The comfort zone or the courage to step out of that comfort zone, knowing that that is the path that will set you free. So the Education Training Center is all about awareness, exposing all truths, exposing everything that could possibly chain you, and giving you that knowledge and that mental mindset of growth to help you flip it. When you get set free, others are attached to your name, and but activation. Who am I? I'm nobody. I really am nobody. I'm Karen Carter Smith. I'm 55. I'm a woman from West Virginia who has lived a pretty rocky road. But when God gives you a message and says, this is what I want you to do, you have no choice but to be obedient if you are his child. And I am. And through the course of this 4 years, I have been very quiet. I have been very just really digging in the Word, getting alone with God, building myself, healing. And with that healing comes wellness, it comes wholeness. And when you get to the other side of whatever was holding you down, then victory is in the horizon. There's light. And I just want you to know that, and I've shared this like in a couple messages. Who you are is not what you do. Okay, that's not the true core of the person God made. That is what society has done. That's what sin has done. That's what the fall of man has done, is we are weak vessels, and the only thing that can make us strong is him. And so my strength does not come from me. My strength, my courage, none of it. It comes from our God. And tapping into that power of the Holy Spirit, the blood that was shed for you and me and all. There's power in it. There's power in it. And my goal in life, my mission, my vision is to be the change. The things that cuffed me, I am going to spread light. And not even just the things that cuff me, just the things that cuff people in life. They need to be off of us. The only way they can be off of us is by stepping out, okay? Going against the norm, facing giants, crumbling walls and systems, and challenging things that are not true. And guys, hold to that truth. Truth will prevail. Truth sets you free. When you face you have nothing to be afraid of anymore. Like, you are uncuffed. You're unchained. You're free. And you have a life. And that life wasn't meant to just go on all these vacations. And not that vacations aren't good. I go on vacations. I like vacations. And family's important. But you do have a purpose and you do have a mission in this life. and it's bigger than you, and it's bigger than materialistic things, and it's so big. But you have to know who you are in Him. You have to be delivered from whatever you have been chained to. And when you give it up, and God knows that you're serious and He can trust you, and you will become obedient, beware, because just don't rely on your understandings, and some of it don't make sense, and it's like, oh, really? I'm to do that? Yep, you're to do that. And it's okay. Fear not, for I am with you. Discernment is a big thing. Knowing when, what, where, how. I have to fight off my own personal struggles daily as to, okay, how do I go about doing this? And I get alone with the Lord, and He speaks to me, and He says, this is the way. And so, that close fellowship, hearing from God. And some people, I have friends that say, I never hear from Him. I never hear from Him. He just, I don't know why. The only thing I have to say about that is, I don't know. Honestly, it's like, what is distracting you? Maybe you're distracted by other things in life. I know I'm alone. I have children, but I share custody. It's just me and God and my job, and so I don't have a lot of distractions, like Paul speaks about. So I can take what is given to me and really put a lot of effort into my relationship with God, my relationship with others, building platforms, building businesses. So when you're running around chasing things, I know when I was younger and my kids were involved in a lot of activities, and I shared this, I think, yesterday or the day before, it's really hard to hear from the Lord. It's really hard to get close to Him. It has to be an intentional thing, guys. It has to be in your schedule. For me, it's just part of my life. Church and my alone time and my talks with you. And this is just my routine. And so in your life, you have to make routines, and you have to prioritize what in your life do you want to keep and what's important to you. God has said He wants to be first. He wants no other gods before Him. And we say, oh, well, I don't worship other gods. What He means by that is, like, I found out that my kids were my gods. My ex was my God. It wasn't until the past few years that I realized exactly what God was talking about. Nothing comes before Him. Nothing. Nothing. And so when you put Him in His proper place, He knows you mean business, and He knows that He can use you. And so, yeah. I don't know how this all got where it got. I'm just speaking. No notes. I just was told, get on here, talk about the Education Training Center, what it means. If you have not liked it on Facebook, Create Education Training Center, bringing awareness, bringing wholeness, bringing hope, bringing transformation, and bringing community. We are in this life together, guys. We're to help each other. Let's heal together. I think that's the word I got this morning, is we're all hurting. Life is hard. But God says, fear not, for I have overcome this world, which He has. And we will get that victory in the end. But what will we do now? We live here. And God says, be part of the earth, but not, of it. And so our ways have to be higher. Our actions have to be higher. And where you put your mind is where actions will come. So if you are not a follower of Jesus Christ, reach out. Let me share my friend. Let me share my Father. Let me share our Redeemer, our Savior. He is such an awesome God. And it is only in Him that we become whole. It is only in Him that we become authentic and find our true selves. But it is through transformation of being authentic and real and just willing to do the hard work. You're not alone. Never think you're alone. Reach out. kcartersmith@aol.com. That's my email address. But in the meantime, I'm praying for you. All those who watch this, all those who like the Facebook page, you're in my thoughts and prayers. I know you liked it for a reason. I know you're watching it for a reason. God has ordained you at this time to do different. Why are you watching? What is He saying to you in the messages spoken, in the words written? Get alone with Him today. Get alone with you. Be proud of you. Own your stuff. Today is the day to make a change. And when you make that change and you give your heart to Jesus, victory is on the horizon. No fear. No alone. Courage, power, strength. And true joy. Joy. The joy deep in, the peace that passes all understanding. So Lord, like the birds are whistling and singing, and it's just so beautiful out here. And you know what? Don't be afraid. I have some people that's probably saying, she's some kook. Who is she? Like, what is she? I'm nobody. I'm just a faithful follower of Jesus. He's given me word. And so I'm obedient. And I will fulfill what is given to me. So have a great day. Hope Saturday's awesome. If you live in St. Albans, we have a book signing, The Grace of Getting Up. God has delivered this wonderful woman named Crystal, and she has written a book, and she's a mother, and she talks about her challenges with that, and just challenges in life, and how if we just have the grace of getting up, starting each day new, and knowing who you are, and letting God take care of you and love you, there's victory. And that book signing is from 1 to 3, 78 Old Main Plaza. We hope to see you there. Thanks.